A king once ruled Jerusalem with an iron fist, a man whose sins were so deep, so violent, and so corrupt that the prophets said he pushed an entire nation into darkness. He built idols in the temple of God. He filled the streets of Jerusalem with innocent blood. He mocked the commandments and silenced the righteous. And yet, in a foreign prison, chained and humiliated, this same king whispered a prayer so desperate, so broken, and so raw that heaven itself stopped to listen. This is the story of the lost prayer of Manasseh, king's last, desperate cry for mercy. Manasseh was the son of Hezekiah, one of Judah's most faithful and righteous kings. You would think the apple wouldn't fall far from the tree, right? But when Manasseh took the throne, he didn't just fail to follow his father's footsteps. He actively destroyed them. He systematically tore down everything his father had built for God. He rebuilt the altars to the pagan god Abba. He worshipped the sun, the moon, and the stars. He practiced witchcraft and divination, consulting spirits and omens for guidance. The Bible tells us he even had the audacity to place carved idols inside the holy temple, the very place God had chosen for his name to dwell forever. The scriptures don't mince words. They say Manasseh led Judah and the people of Jerusalem astray, causing them to do more evil than the nations the Lord had destroyed before them. He was, by all accounts, the worst of the worst. And then, as it always does, judgment came. The mighty Assyrian army, the superpower of the day, invaded Judah. They captured King Manasseh, and the Bible describes his humiliation in vivid detail. They put a hook through his nose, bound him in heavy bronze chains, and dragged him away to Babylon like a wild animal. The king who once sat on a magnificent throne, surrounded by luxury and power, now sat in the filth of a foreign dungeon. In that dark, desolate prison, Manasseh had nothing left. No throne, no power. No idols to bow down to. No fawning worshippers to sing his praises. There was only the cold silence, the weight of his chains, and the crushing, overwhelming memory of everything he had done. The idols he had trusted were silent. The spirits he consulted were gone. The false gods he had worshipped so fervently were powerless to save him. And for the first time in decades, in that suffocating darkness, he remembered the God of his fathers. He remembered the stories his own father, Hezekiah, must have told him, stories of miracles, of deliverance, of mercy. He remembered the warnings from the prophets that he had so arrogantly ignored. And finally, something inside him broke. The pride, the rebellion, the hardened heart, it all shattered. Manasseh fell to his knees on that cold stone floor, his chains clattering in the silence. His voice, once full of commanding authority, now trembled as he whispered a prayer. This prayer, recorded in the Apocrypha, is one of the most powerful admissions of guilt ever written. He cried out, "Lord, I have sinned more than any nation you created. My sins are higher than the mountains and deeper than the sea." He confessed everything: the idols, the bloodshed, the rebellion, the pride, the years and years of deliberately ignoring God's voice. He continued, his voice choked with emotion, "I am not worthy to lift my eyes to heaven. I am bowed down with many iron chains, so that I cannot lift up my head." This was not the prayer of a king demanding his rights. It was the desperate, humble cry of a man who finally saw himself for what he truly was. A man who realized that even in judgment, God was still there, still listening. He prayed, "But I cry out to you, for you are the God of the humble. You show mercy to the broken and repentant." And then, something truly miraculous happened. The God whom Manasseh had rejected, mocked, and replaced, heard him. And not only did God hear him, he answered. The Assyrians, for reasons they probably didn't even understand, released him from his chains and sent him back to Jerusalem. He was restored to his kingdom. But he was a changed man. The first thing he did upon his return was to tear down the very idols he had once built. He removed the pagan altars he had once worshipped at. He repaired the altar of the Lord in the temple and offered sacrifices of thanksgiving. And then, he commanded all of Judah to serve the God of heaven. The king, who once led a nation into darkness, now dedicated the rest of his life to leading them back into the light. This is the incredible power of repentance. This is the staggering depth of God's mercy. This is the story of a broken heart crying out to a faithful God who never gives up on us. The story of Manasseh teaches us a profound truth. If God could forgive a man like Manasseh, if God could restore a king who systematically destroyed everything holy, then there is nothing in your life that is too dark, too deep, or too far gone for His mercy to reach. There is no mistake so great that it can outrun His grace. The lost prayer of Manasseh isn't just an ancient story. It's a timeless reminder that no matter how far you've fallen, no matter how heavy your chains feel, God's mercy is stronger than your worst mistake. And when you cry out to Him with a truly broken and repentant heart, He listens. He always listens. Thank you for watching. If this story touched you, please like, share, and subscribe for more content that explores the depths of faith. See you next time.